I like this next one. It's called the network state of healing. So what is healing? Okay, first, you must know what's network state now. By now, you know. But healing is basically working on yourself, working on your consciousness, working on your mental health, working on your emotional health and physical health as well, right? Like all levels, coming from energy into the mental state, into the emotions, into the body. And healing is being able to process the patterns and stuck energy that is set within our body, within our field, in order to move forward and express more coherently in this reality as 5D beings, as these avatars. So the best case scenario for me when it's a healing process, I first start to being aware that something is off, and that awareness comes back into my thoughts and kind of tams down the thoughts and then goes into the feelings, comes into the feelings, goes into the body, knows, okay, this is where it's in the body, then processes it's in the body, makes the body work, or nourishment starts to happen, maybe release starts to happen. All these stages start to happen when the body is becoming more aware of where that pattern is stored. And then the processing may include some movement, some like words and messages coming out of your mouth, and of course frequencies, the sound, of course through breath, right? We heal through breath. Basically that's one of the key ingredients for healing is breathing. And then it kind of like reassembles again. It comes from this clear space filled with love and healed space. It goes back into like, okay, integrating that love into the body. That new space is created, it's cleared. You basically like transitioned into this next dimension for your expression. You've transformed yourself, and you've moved further into your awareness of your emotions, further into awareness of your thoughts, understanding what actually just happened, or was happening in a period of time, because healing can take time. And then you realize that you're energetically purified basically out of that particular pattern. Great work. And there are different shamanic practices to also engage in healing process that is deep. I'm not going to go over them here, but there are great tools to use. And some of my favorite tools are breath work and working with breath and going into a higher state of consciousness through breath work, and being able to connect with certain emotions that have been really ignored before, and now it's time for them to be released. Healing also comes in stages, in levels and layers. It doesn't all happen at the same time. You can't come out of a ceremony and expect that you are fully healed. More than anything, you are not integrated yet. You are like a raw, state of being, like just came back into your body, you're completely like raw. So it takes time, and in my experience it really does take years. And when you think you lose your ego and you're like now a new man or something, you realize that actually not yet, not even new, still same old. You realize that it was just a little milli percentage of that step towards that deeper healing process. That another thing is the why network state. Okay, some of the best healing happens with the interpersonal, experience. When very nice, interpersonal healing, interpersonal meditation, awareness of the way that we feel based on how we are reflected by someone else. In 2019, I was seeing everyone all the time as my reflections. It was very confusing in some cases. because I entered so deeply into 5D. I was like, well, this is me, this is me, this is me. Love everyone, and I'm sharing all this with everyone. So it's a lot of like energy spilling that has been happening. So I've learned to contain my energy more, and still learning, of course. It's a process, like everything is, like healing is. But now I'm so aware about that network state that I'm building for us. Is that because the most aware and the most healed individuals that I'm connecting with are being part of it. And we don't need to have a digital presence to be building this network state. We don't need to have digital or decentralized identities and wallets in order to create the new life and build on this new foundation. We don't need these technologies. All we need is love and each other, shared network that we share, people that we connect with, people that we bring together, people that we build our network from. We, expand when we make these connections. And healing happens when these connections become deeper and you get to know this person over years, and you realize how they're reflecting you and how they make you feel, or how these words and these actions are impacting you. Healing happens when you realize that these impactful events are also something to be integrated, and also signs for some more deeper healing to be done